And now, coming up next, first map on its way. We are loading in to recharge strongholds.
Here we go. FaZe versus Sentinels. What an upset it would be for Sentinels to come through and make this upset happen and potentially take this momentum and win the entire tournament. It's game number 1. This is it. The entire year comes to this moment right here. Snakebite on your screen to start off. Let's get it going.
Get up, get loud. This crowd is in to Halo competition. Snakebite gonna start off our game with a simple camo grab. Sentinels deciding to go on that perimeter, not allocating the numbers down into the bottom half of the map. It leads to an easy camo grab for Snakebite and now has a lot of potential to put this thing into play.
Snakebite's got his first player in front of him. The back smack comes out undefalcated. That's the first kill, but lethal. He's gonna go down as well, and that'll allow FaZe to get the 2 cap presents.
Still Snakebite being very cautious with this camouflage. You know, so many players like to get to that middle of the map, try to put it into work right away. Instead, he is staying at the perimeters and working with his teammates to secure captures.
Lots of damage comes into Snakebite. He's got to play his life momentarily. 2 down for FaZe Clan. This might be an opportunity for Sentinels to get some time there on the clock, and they do just that, but the push comes in on the kill feed. Boo Boo and Lethal were momentarily dead. Now Boo Boo comes off a spawn, but Sparty's got this shock.
And this game means so much to this Sentinels roster. Obviously, we know that Boo Boo, Doo and Falcated teamed with Renegade towards the end of last year. Didn't have the greatest Worlds performance finish, and you know, getting that revenge on their old teammate. And obviously, you know, the storyline of Lethal and the history that he's had with 3 of these players on the FaZe roster can't be understated.
Sparty ends up going down to Frosty there. That's going to be a shock now in the hands of Frosty. And he finds it to work. They got a triple kill.
Now he's not done yet. Grapple in, looking for the pre-fire. Nothing to come, but you know when Frosty's making plays like that, FaZe are feeling themselves. No warm-up needed. Sentinels, they're in danger early in this game.
The triple cap is locked in. Frosty gets another kill. 2 of his teammates are down. They'll make that 3 down for FaZe. Sentinels have an answer, and it's the camo in the hands of Lethal.
Patrolling into the side. This is the thing, though. FaZe, they get all those explosive kills. Frosty pops off, but they've given away the camouflage. They've given away a key piece of utility to the second greatest player of all time.
Something we haven't heard in a while. The crowd, let's go Sentinels is what they claim, and honestly, what a great time for that to happen. Lethal versus his friend on Snakebite. Obviously, the entirety of FaZe Clan, big friends or big fans of Lethal. Obviously, they were together for so long. Very emotional match here, especially at the Halo World Championships, but Sentinels have earned their spot. Lots of trades come out there. It's 2 down for Sentinels. World 2 has to stay alive here to potentially keep the numbers in the favor of FaZe Clan.
Look at Sparty's rotation. He's trying to get over back towards C, provide space for Sentinels, give them an avenue in which they can get out of this B base. Unfortunately, he gets taken down by Frosty, and well, it was a 1-man army for Spartan. It's going to cause mayhem for the rest of Sentinels.
Yep, the 1-man army turns into 3 deads momentarily for Sentinels, and Boo Boo, the last player alive with a shock rifle in his hands. Sparty gets a kill on the other side, though. That'll allow Boo Boo some space to get into B to contest here. But Boo Boo's not able to connect on any of these shock rifle shots. He puts that damage in, but unfortunately it's not cleaned up, and that will be a remaining triple cap still for FaZe.
The players of Sentinels are just thrown to the wind. They do not have each other's help. They need to tighten up into this game, and it's not necessarily their fault. FaZe have just done an incredible job at making sure they find a pick and take space. Do not allow Sentinels to spawn on top of each other, and don't allow them to spawn in short order. They're really doing a fantastic job of keeping numbers in their advantage.
Someone else who's doing a fantastic job is Frosty right there, down to red bar shields, able to stay alive, all the while putting that damage into Sentinels, getting them 2 dead. It's 120, make that 130 to 62 on the side of Sentinels. FaZe with a massive lead.
Still, it's just been a cautious game for Sentinels because they know they can't step bit too far. Spartan already caught out, and that shows FaZe that, hey, there's players to the left and right, and Frosty, this is where he loves to feast.
Now Frosty had the camo, but the great kill right there to take him out. Frosty starting this game off 13-6. Domination out of him. Renegade, a little bit of the same with a killing spree, 8-3. Sentinels are having a hard time in the Slays category, and it's really showcased in that scoreline.
It's the fight over here at A. Snakebite versus Falcated, that could change a lot for Sentinels. Make sure that FaZe doesn't have any more pressure towards that A spawn. You're finally going to have a little bit more freedom to work between this A-B hill. But FaZe are quick to get into the positions in which they can fight from. Royal 2, this is a powerful position. If he can get in, get a first pick, he'll be able to get access towards that A hill.
Well, that first pick does not come out. They end up getting a trade there. That's 3 down for FaZe, though. Lethal trying to get the 4th player in Frosty, but it's too strong, the BR long range.
It was 3 down, but Frosty does a fantastic job of getting value while being the only player up. Yes, Sentinels gets 3 down, but who is scoring in this game? It's FaZe Clan. It's because of plays like that from Frosty. When he's finished with his career, he will be known as the greatest player of all time.
Now remember, guys, this is the lower bracket semifinals, so whoever loses this game will be done, will get that 4th place. Right now, these players playing for a higher placing, of course. Falcated, what an incredible tournament he's had all weekend long. Has been probably the best performance he's ever had. A lot of people will agree with that. Can he continue that here on the most important day of the weekend as he gets a kill on a Frosty inside of B Hill?
Falcated's really been the lifeline of this Sentinels roster throughout the World Championship, and you're seeing exactly why. There's no hesitation in the way that he plays. He's perfect at dissecting the map, getting to where he needs to be, and now a trip cap's in effect. Sentinels has the camouflage, and Falcated knows instantly what the job is. Try to take care of Frosty at the back of C. They'll secure their 2, and Sentinels slowly making their way back into this game.
A great grapple play by Falcated here to stop the cap from Renegade. They get the reset as well. That's a continuation on that triple cap, and it's up to this 1v1 right here. Sparty versus Snakebite. Not a lot of shields to work with, so Snakebite will take him out, but still triple cap in effect, and that entire lead has been diminished to a minimal size here. 199 to 154.
That all started with Falcated's plays, the way that he was maneuvering, the speed in which Sentinels has started to maneuver on this map. It's just too much for FaZe to handle at the moment. It's going to come down to these slays. On the backside, Renegade with a huge flank. He's able to get 1, the damage on the next, but that's enough for FaZe to pry away this Bravo hill.
They may get Bravo, but may not be able to keep it here.
Frosty stayed alive.
That's huge.
Stayed alive. How does this man get away with that? The nades were on his feet, but now he has instant access towards A. It's going to give them an opportunity to get in scoring position once again.
Frosty capping this A side, all because of that live like you talked about. The spawns come out on the C side for Sentinels, 204 to 176.
Look how Sentinels are all trapped over in the tower. FaZe has taken so much space. 2 players up on the cross, over at top gold, 1 staying up high with Frosty. Camouflage is going to go into Sentinels' possession, but it's going to be a quick play by FaZe to equalize that number.
Yep, equalize the number they do, but now Sentinels in the driver's seat here with 2 down for FaZe. They're going to go for this B cap and A.
They've given up the camouflage to the most dangerous camo player in the history of Halo. Boo Dubu. He started his career with a fantastic play on the World Championship stage in 2016 with his camouflage. Now he can win the game for his team.
The triple cap was in effect for just a second there, but it will be contested by Frosty, who gets a kill on a Sparty on that C plat side. Sentinel's still getting some time here. Shock rifle is up. Boo may be looking to make a play for that, but he's got to be careful. He's got multiple people inside of the pipes.
Low presence. Boo Dubu's not going to get himself known until he thinks he has an advantage. He waits until he hears the nades. He catches 2, looking behind him, gets great damage. Lethal's there to find 1. The second is desperately trying to stay alive over at the red stairs. Boo Dubu does a great job, not just getting the kills, but getting good damage downrange.
And also being a distraction, right? They're about to tie the game up, 225 to 225, and they're going to work for that triple cap as well. Frosty can't get a beat down. Finally, the assist comes through. but all the while, Sentinels put the damage in.
The trip cap's in, but it's not going to matter towards the score. Great job by FaZe not to get caught up in that moment. They sent players towards A and B, and now Sentinels, this is a tough position for them to push from. They're going to have to overload on the glass side, but it's a quick blink, boo-boo, doo-boo. He got behind enemy lines. This is chaos for FaZe.
That's a huge play. Sparty's there to assist there on the Whirlpool as well, but they're not going to be able to get B. They might have to go to C.
It's Renegade that causes all the difference over at C. He was able to win a one-on-one fight, gets that spot for his team, and while the teammates of Snakebite and Royal 2 do all the work in the pipes, it's 3 that go down, and it might just be GG.
Sentinels get the spawn onto A. They've got to make their way over to C, which means A has been left alone, and that's FaZe who will take A once again. Frosty, 1v1, make that a 1v2 here. Ends up going down, but B is not going to get taken, which means that FaZe are going to win game number 1.
They win, but more importantly, they survive. The onslaught of Sentinels towards that end of the game was showing that they are ready for the task. A little bit of a slow start. I think if Sentinels has their eggs in a basket together right when that game starts, it could have been a concerning game for FaZe.
Absolutely, very close for Sentinels. Sentinels, obviously, if they were to win this entire series, it would be an upset. FaZe Clan, one of the favorites to win the entire World Championships this weekend, today on Championship Sunday. But it's Frosty and Renegade who really put up the numbers there in that game. Look at the kill-death ratio out of those two coming out to play on the most important day of the weekend.
Just phenomenal efforts from them. Really, I want to give a shout out to Falcade. He's really the reason why this comeback started to become a reality. When he got this camouflage play, when he started making his way throughout the map, and the speed in which he played with it really caught FaZe by surprise. It led to a trip cap that got them right back. Look, they're down by over 100 points in this game, and they took the lead for a brief moment.
Yeah, they looked really good. The camos really did help. Falcade making some big plays as well. He's been, like I said, the X factor for this team all weekend long. Falcade has just not only in the kill-death category, but in just the massive plays he's been able to make. And he continues to do so, again, on the most important day. It's one thing to perform on Friday. It's another thing to come out on Saturday. But to come out on Sunday, that's where all the chips are on the table, and you're going all in.
Solitude going to be our next map, and well, it's the Halo 5 Classic. We've seen how it's played in Halo Infinite. That sniper is going to be damn important for both these teams.
Solitude Slayer. FaZe Clan, one of the best Slayer teams we have in the HCS. Sentinels have a lot of work to do here. They've got a tall mountain to climb, but they definitely proved themselves in that game number 1. Strongholds, recharge very close, and like you said, that triple cap will really set them up. So we don't count them out at all here. FaZe, though, very comfortable on Solitude.
Who do you want to see step up is the question.
Sparty. I gotta see, like, yeah, to be honest, listen, I love him, and he might hear this. I'm just gonna be straight up, though. He's a great guy, but there's a little bit of, I would say, like, not confident energy coming out through Twitter, you know, saying things like phooey and this and that. Like, the Spartan I know has red eyes, and he's a beast. And he comes out and he plays like a beast. Like, Sparty has that very high skill ceiling where he can absolutely just destroy an entire game, and then he's got that really low floor where you know, his lowest is really low. So I'm looking for Sparty to come out for Sentinels and really perform here. Frosty and Renegade already proved they're performing on FaZe, so Sparty's got to step up and match them.
Game 2 loading on in. Sentinels face the grudge matchup that has really been dominating the HCS. Remember Salt Lake City, 2 best of 5s that went to the favor of Sentinels. FaZe was able to get their revenge at Fort Worth. Now on the world stage with both their tournament's lives on the line, who will come out on top?
Here we go. It's game number 2. FaZe Clan up 1-0 in the series here. Solitude Slayer. Frosty going directly towards the sniper at top left.
Prioritizing getting that long rifle in his hands. Frosty, one of the best snipers to ever do it.
He sees Boo Boo. It's going to be a shot though. Boo Boo's going to try to run away. Not going to happen. Cleaned up quickly. And even if Frosty didn't get him, you saw the swarm of FaZe around that loop side. They've got loop control now. And to utilize this sniper on this side of the map, they force the spawns on the lift. This is a great play by Frosty. Let's see if he can get more picks.
Sentinels have to do a 2-2 split in this position. Both duos having a fight really on an island across from their teammates. Frosty trusting, really wanting that team that was trapped over at blue to push through that long haul, but Sentinels instead, what do they do when they're split? They get back together. 3 players now looking to make this push a reality.
Frosty playing slow here, and that's what will be pretty much the name of the game here for Slayer. It'll be a slow pace in every Slayer we see, and it's just due to the fact that no one wants to make any mistakes. World 2, he gets the kill on the kill feed. Couple traded out for both sides. It's a 2v2 situation now, but FaZe have a massive lead.
Frosty with the sniper rifle, really, it's not his job to go generate picks. What his job is to watch escape routes, watch entry points.
Frosty, the push is coming in. They're trying to make a defensive hold here. Snakebite goes down pretty quickly. Another one goes down in World 2. They get a trade there. Falcon with a double kill on the feed. And make that 3 down, make that 4 down for FaZe. A great push by Sentinels.
Sentinels do a great job of putting themselves in positions that are a little bit unorthodox. It prevents Frosty from having clean lineups. And by the time he reacts and gets that sniper where he wants, it's another player that's coming out and challenging him. A frustrating position when you have that sniper rifle, and a great break by Sentinels.
Sentinels looking to break again. 2 down for FaZe. They have control now of the loop side of the map. And it's Sparty, the spearhead of that. I talked about him performing here. So far, 0 kills on the board. He did tweet out that he has to use a new controller because the last one face planted into the ground and broke. So it is unfortunate for that, but it's Championship Sunday. It's the Halo World Championship. You've got to perform. Look at this push from Sentinels. A beautiful job by them. Who's going to get the first kill? But FaZe have a strong hold, and they just can't get any kills here. 2 down now, finally, for FaZe, but the damage was done. Look at that, though. Look at the scoreboard here. After that engagement, 15-14, FaZe only lead by 1.
A fantastic job by FaZe to do that bait and switch over at the top of blue, but it's just a better job as Sentinels not to get caught up, not to get frustrated, and to keep calm and eventually find the targets that are weak and finish them off. It looked like that was going to be a clean 2-3 kill swing for FaZe. Instead, Lethal and the rest of the Sentinels are still right in this game, and now you've given Lethal the sniper, but there just was no support for him there.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. He tried to repulse it. I think he thought his repulse would send him a little bit further on the bottom lift, but he loses snipe to Frosty, one of the best snipers in the game. That's a devastating mistake here because the damage is going to be done. The first headshot goes into Boo Boo Doo Boo.
Lethal just spawned down low at the lift. You saw Frosty. He left for just a moment's time. It opened up that spawn, and now coming off the lift, Lethal. Yeah, you might have caught Frosty by surprise, but his reaction just a little bit better. Keeps Lethal down low.
Yeah, Lethal feeling the damage of giving that sniper over. You teamed with him for a long time. You know, you don't want to challenge that kill.
Got this route all the way back. Gives Frosty an easy snipe shot, but he's not, he's very quick to change positions. Once his position's known, he doesn't necessarily feel any regard to stay there and try to force a kill. He's always looking for an unorthodox angle to get an easy pick.
Another angle he will look for here as they push him on the driveway. And the trade, definitely not what Sentinels need, but only down by 6 right now. It's not over yet. Still a lot of work to be done, and Sparty's starting to heat up with the QT.
Martin's trying to do his best as Quantum Translocator to make sure that he's a bulldog on the map, just attacking everyone possible. Get your shields back, get back into the action.
Oh my gosh.
Right now he's fighting 2 players at once.
Oh my gosh.
Over at FaZe. It's just too much for Spartan to handle.
That's how you use the QT right there. Confuse everybody, even yourself. Sparty does a little bit of damage. None of that is cleaned up though. And FaZe will still maintain this 4-kill lead now. Sentinels still chipping away at it. It's World 2 on the anchor position here on Hotel side. Looking to push in, but he's got to be careful. He's being a little too aggressive, missing a couple shots, and Sentinels take advantage of it.
Snake by staying down low. These pushes come from behind. Falcade's doing a great job of getting behind players. He's had a really consistent tournament. Has the most kills for his team at the moment. You really want to see him just step up and just take over the game for Sentinels. 2 players up high for Sentinels. They're staying up in that S4 position, and it leads to a double kill for Boo and Falcated. Great jobs by them. It activates Sentinels on the map. Look at FaZe. Now they're trapped. Royal 2, he's like, oh, we've been patrolling. We had control, but suddenly we're trapped back, and we're the ones that have to play the entry frag position.
The push comes in from FaZe, and Sentinels have to back up just a bit onto the ramp, but the defensive hold is good. That's 3 down for FaZe here. Lethal does a great job of staying alive, and the 4th will go down as well.
Sentinels, they stayed within it for so long. Eventually that blunder from FaZe is more costly than they could ever know. The lead's gone, and FaZe is going to have to play very tight, very together for the rest of this game. Do not let mistakes come through.
Frosty, great job by him, but a great job by Sentinels here. A great snipe as well. Sentinels take the very first lead, but Frosty trying to diminish that completely. Now only a 1-kill lead here for Sentinels. It's about to turn into more with Frosty with that snipe in his hands, and Renegade. Beautiful job of forcing their way through bottom lip. They were stuck down there.
It's beauty and chaos for FaZe. Stuck at that bottom lip, but with the repulse, they're able to stay safe from the frags, and they stay calm and they carry on. Really just a beautiful work from them. The bombing raids did nothing to them. They get back, they get up high, resilient, and now on an attack plan of their own. Suddenly they're storming the beaches of Sentinels.
Resilience is key. Beautifully said. Frosty sitting perched on the top of Snipe. The masterful weapon, the Sniper here. So many hours with this weapon in his hands. Looking to showcase that with the very first shot that will open up the map here for FaZe.
Frosty's looking just for one player to make a stray mistake. FaZe is mounting a lot of tension on the board right now. And the second you give them an opportunity to start pushing through, they're going to spring into action. And, well, Boo might just supply that. He's weak over at the dip. Sentinels has to make a play forward now to keep Boo alive.
Yeah, lots of pings out of Boo in that dip, but it looks like he does live, and he gets the kill as well on the Royal 2. Stays alive on the Prius as well. Frosty shooting below the Prius.
Frosty's praying that it's Halo 5 once again. A frustrating moment for him. H5, there's a little hole that you can shoot through. Halo Infinite, that just doesn't exist.
He was wishful thinking there. Tied up now, 36-36. Frosty still has 2 bullets to work with, though. That could really turn the tides. Those first 2 kills open everything up. Here's the first one onto Boo. Boo stays alive somehow, but Lethal does fall.
Boo's been a wizard. Remember, this all started with him dropping over at bottom dip. He's still alive. He gets back for his team. Frosty, though, with sniper rifle in his hands, he'll kind of pick people time after time. FaZe, he keeps scoring.
Yeah, there it is, 41-39 now. They're starting to get away with this. The sprinter in front of you is starting to run, and they're starting to create distance. Sentinels have to lock in here, and it's Sparty trying to play his life, but not able to find an answer. 3 kills now, the lead for FaZe.
Our thruster's up. Frosty was looking. He's going to get a lot of info. When that thrust is up, you might see him start to make the play to go in, take control of that, and try to win the game with it. Or just take control right now. Falcade's in trouble. He knows that he has a shot advantage. And you give Frosty a shot advantage, he's going to take it to the bank every day.
That's exactly what he'll do, and he'll take a 5-kill lead to the bank as well. Make that 6. It's Snakebite gets a kill in the feed.
When's the last time Frosty died?
I'm not sure, but he's had this sniper rifle for far too long.
Oh, he's gonna go. I thought he was gonna go for a cheeky little ninja. 2 players in. Frosty finally goes down, but his life might have just been enough to really keep Sentinels at bay. I don't know if they have enough in the tank to get past them.
Renegade on the bottom center of the map, a very exposed position, but finds his way to try and chase this kill. He's got support behind him as well, though, in the loop.
Look how aggressive that he was, getting right into that loop. He wants to get behind those enemy lines. Royal 2, he's more of a distraction. Yeah, it's great if he hits the headshot, but right now you're trying to buy time for the flankers.
Royal 2 has the snipe now. First it was Frosty, then it was Royal 2. both very prominent with this weapon, but Frosty not needing to snipe gets another kill on the feed. That's 49, and that's 50. FaZe lead the series 2-0.
Calm, cool, consistent from FaZe right there. Sentinels was starting to make their way back into that game. Boo Boo Doo Boo with some great plays to stay alive. They all came down to them at bottom lift when they were being hammered by nades. When the bomb sirens were going off, they stayed in their bunkers and they waited for the sun. It came up. They took their working positions at the top of the mountain and just shot down at Sentinels once again. Great work from them throughout this game.
Very well said. That bottom lift survival was absolutely insane. We'll see if Sentinels can mount a comeback here. I would assume a break will ensue, so we'll take some time to talk about what happened. Smarty, a little bit of a rough game here. A little bit of a rough series so far. But he was my X factor. He's the player that I thought if he really takes off, things could happen. We haven't seen that out of him just yet. He's not that monster in Smarty. He's not the man that you see at the end of a game screaming the top of his lungs. We have to see that man again. It's tough, right? It's tough to be that consistent. Look at that shot, the patience. Clean.
Frosty, I mean, what is he right now, 10-8? This started before this. Frosty really just took over the game for his team at the end.
And I'll start with this sniper that was given away, right? Because Lethal decided to repulse back to bottom lift.
Yeah, he got that full snipe. He stayed at Nest for what felt like forever.
Yep.
And then eventually he activated on the map.
And then he got the new sniper, and then World 2 got one. It was tough.
He at least got 6 in a row. I'm trying to figure out where he finishes this game. But oh my, just a brilliant game.
Massive.
Frosty at the end right there to stay alive as long as he did.
Yeah. It's all about playing your life in this game. At certain points, right? You can't always play your life. Sometimes you gotta help the teammate. It all depends on the play. A lot of players come into to my stream and ask me, you know, what about this, this, and this? It's a very specific question. You can't have specific questions in Halo. It's very situational. Every single play is situational.
It's about having the most knowledge about the game, about situations,
yep,
and then applying it in motion. So much of Halo is fluidity, your ability to react. It's almost like acting in a sense, where you have to wait, see what your partner in the dialogue is doing, and you have to react and try to find the best way. You know, in improv, it's yes and. In Halo, it's no.
Yeah.
Shut it down. You're waiting to see what they're gonna do, and you say no.
Right.
I'm shutting that down. I'm counteracting you. It's really, it's beautiful because that's the tactics of Halo, right? In other games like tactical shooters, Counter-Strike, Valorant, it's all about having preparation in the game and then slowly evolving your plan when it goes south.
Right.
But in Halo, you never really have that set plan of what you're going to do. You have concepts, you have theories of how to get the job done. But in reality, it's all about adaptation. It's about being fluid with your game plan.
100% agree with everything said. As a player who plays Counter-Strike, I can 100% agree. It's very static. You have these variations, but in Halo, it's every single situation. You have to account for everything. And it's not only that, you have to understand the enemy team's next play as well. If you understand their next play, you can counter that play. But then you've got to worry about power weapons, power-ups, positioning. It's a lot. It's a lot. But that's why we love it. I think that's why it's one of the best esports in the world. And, you know, Bitcoin was once the best crypto in the world when it first launched, and no one believed in crypto either. So
that is not the analogy.
It is the analogy I want. I'm going to compare Halo to Bitcoin all day long. I really do believe that.
I got paid for some tournaments in Bitcoin, and I am very upset about it.
I think Halo has so much potential. Is where I'm getting at, and you know, one day it'll be seen, and I truly do believe that in every bone in my body. And even if it is not seen, I see it. And that's all that matters.
I think Halo is really similar to, when we're talking about traditional sports, it's really similar to soccer, or football to our overseas.
Oh yes, yep, or European.
You know, like you have ideas of what you do in situations. You have play calls. what you do when the ball's in certain regions and you have certain defenders on you. But there is no set, you know, it's not like the NFL where you get to go pre-snap and change it at the line, and there is fluidity. And I think that's where FaZe is truly at their best. They're one of the best teams at identifying trends, identifying potential plays, and adapting to them right away.
Wow, that was very quick. We're already into game number 3. It's going to be King of the Hill on live fire. Does FaZe have a chance to close this out in 3 and just pull out the broom and sweep it up? Or does Sentinels have a chance to get the first game on the board and start this reverse sweep? What do you think?
I think this all comes down to the sniper rifle, who gets in their hands. What we saw in game 2 was clear control from FaZe. They were always getting that sniper rifle. They were able to put it into play. Frosty was that primary player. This time you might see Renegade pick it up for FaZe on the other side. You need to get that sniper into the hands of Falcated or Spartan.
Is a man on your screen that is no stranger to this stage. Been in this situation multiple times. A great start to the game here with 1 kill, but it is Renegade once again with the sniper in his hands. Looks like FaZe just all swarmed Seaside, and Lethal wasn't ready for it. Because of that, Renegade will make his way to Nest and get another kill as well.
Renegade so quick to get out of an exposed position, and then the shroud screen from his teammates to help keep him alive. They didn't have to use it at the overshield, so they said, hey, we get some extra value. Oh, that noob combo just goes astray, but this is going to be a great break by FaZe. Nothing's going to stand in their way.
Yeah, but the overshield is almost gone here, and there's a player on the Nest side that is weak. That is going to be Renegade, who goes down pretty quickly. Falcated gets another kill. That's a double kill in the feed for Falcated. A player, like we said before, has really performed, and he's continuing to perform. 4-1 to start this game off. They are not ready to put up the white flag yet.
Just fantastic start by Sentinels. We saw a little bit of everything, right? We saw them go for the hill right away, have to fight against the power weapons, and have to break the hill. Really a full spectrum of skill and macro planning from Sentinels that gets them that first hill.
Well, FaZe do have control of the second here. Frosty gonna go for a flank play. That's a trade. 2 down on the side of Sentinels, which means the Falcated has to back up. Overshield is coming up shortly, so no deaths want to be had on the side of Sentinels, and they're gonna play this slow.
Stay patient. Let these players push past you. Oh my God, Falcade's on another level right now. The way that he's moving across the map. It's 3 that go down for FaZe, and it's because of patient, calm play by Falcated. Oh my God, he's in the flow state.
Lethal's got the overshield as well. Sentinel's in a really good position to cap 2 hills in a row, but we'll see how much value Lethal can get out of this overshield. He's got a couple of shots into a couple players at Nest. But he's getting pushed, the beatdown comes out. Snakebite's gonna put a lot of damage into him, and then he's cleaned up by Frosty, but Falcated again. 7-4-3 out of this man so far in this game.
That's a massive win by Falcated because it wins spawns. Really, that's a one-on-one fight to determine who's going to have quicker access to this hill. And now FaZe really has to think, like, do we even challenge this? Are we going to give up the spawn for next hill if we try to contest? I think they have one more in them. It's going to be Renegade and Snakebite coming in from the right side. Royal 2 is going to find this opening engagement, but Falcated just snipes him out of the sky.
Val-freaking-cated! This guy. Let me tell you right now, if there's one way for Sentinels to bring this back, it is one player who performs, pops off, and then everyone around him comes together. And then all ships rise with the tide. 2-0, Sentinels lead.
Sentinels getting loud. Spartan with this sniper rifle can really breathe life into this venue. Sentinels has just been so dominant that really the position of FaZe.
Sparty's got to pop off here. This is where it all starts, right?
Here comes the push.
Yep. This push comes onto the big door. Falcated gets a kill. Traded out though. That's going to be 2 down for both sides here. It's up to Sparty to make a play happen, and he can't do it. A couple big shots means the FaZe have control.
FaZe were able to take this control, but for the first time, literally the first time in probably 3 minutes of gameplay, finally see FaZe have a strong position on the map. Frosty just got that overshield, and snipers in the hands of Renegade. Because everything you want for FaZe, you're going to start coming back into the game. It's off this play.
Great damage by Sparty. That's a lot of damage by Sparty, but 3 go down for Sentinels. Was it worth it? They're going to have to give up this hill. They'll have to move over to the next. Heat Wave, though, in the hands of Boo Boo will make this hill just a tad bit easier. Probably sitting maybe on C Platter. Well, looks like he's going to go to top tower with this Heat Wave.
Boo Boo Doo wants to have the freedom to move on this map. So what he's looking for is information. Where is this push from FaZe coming from? You have to stay in this top tower because it is powerful to fight a potential push that comes through dummies to take over hill or to contest those players over at hill. His teammates tell him, hey, they're playing on the high side. We need to start getting time. If they push in, you take them down with the Heat Wave.
A great job by Sentinels to push all of the opposing FaZe on the side of A.
Look at this. FaZe, they've lost their higher ground control. Sentinels will be able to take that over. But I want to see Boo Boo Doo Boo get out of the hill, start to activate this Heat Wave. You can get aggressive at the bottom half of the map and try to get behind these players as they push into dummies, or just be aware of where they can't push. I think this is brilliant.
Yes.
Just get behind them.
Literally stalled the timing here. Now he's finally behind him, waiting for communication. The shots come out into Frosty. A couple players from FaZe drop down to the bottom center. No shields on 2 of them, 3 down for FaZe.
And smart plays by Boo Boo Doo Boo, right? Just better back row positioning, and it's going to lead to a perfect hill for Sentinels. Gives them that 2 capture lead going into the last 3 minutes of neutral time.
Boo Boo still stays alive as well. This is what you need. You need a couple players to really ice up in situations like this. Heat Wave still in the hands of Boo Boo. He'll have the timing on this as well. Once this Heat Wave is down to 0 ammo, he'll be able to time it for himself, which will give Sentinels yet another advantage here. 1 more cap is all they need, and OS is up, and he'll get that as well.
FaZe put all their numbers into trying to burn off that overshield. Boo Boo Doo Boo was able to get it, but FaZe swarmed to the point of attack. They'll be able to take over, and similar to how they got their first hill, suddenly they have good control of the map. They know where the spawns are happening, and they've given Frosty a sniper rifle.
He's not able to hit any shots, though. That's 4 shots down, no kills to the scoreboard for him. FaZe are halfway through this hill. 3-1, still the score. Falcade is getting caught out. Great shots by Lethal. Frosty down to no shields and only 3 bullets remain. He's gonna get taken out by a beautiful nade. 2 down for FaZe. Renegade trying to even up the odds, but can't do it.
Great job by Sentinels, not only to get the kills, but also take a ton of space. Look at where they're positioned on the map. They have A and C at the same time. What this forces is FaZe to have to play in for an initial spawn. That's going to be Renegade Royal 2 that are fishing for some A spawn control to fight back into this hill. But as this goes on, Sentinels get closer and closer to their end goal.
And Sentinels killed Frosty inside of green, but they weren't able to get the sniper. He's going to have 2 bullets to work with. He only has 1 left. Not going to hit those shots, so lucky for them that that doesn't happen. Lethal killed Frosty the first time, kills Frosty again. Sentinels, 3 down for FaZe, and they have control of the hill once again.
1 last push for FaZe right here. Just get together, get all 4 players ready for the push.
The push is coming from A. Lethal has to stay alive inside the vents here. Shots come out of the snake bite. 3 down for Sentinels. FaZe with a successful push.
Lethal gets really aggressive in that position. I'm not sure if I like the play. I almost want to see him go down, play for his life. You still have plenty of time to find your eventual contest. You want to have numbers on the map and all snake bite. When you're talking about winning pivotal fights, that might just be the fight of this game.
Yeah, Lethal tries to scurry in the hill as well, and he's not going to be able to do so. Sentinels very aggressive to try and finish that hill because there's still 2 minutes and 38 seconds left, and now FaZe have the overshield.
Snakebite, he just got huge information, knows there's a player at cuts. What does he do? He isolates that player away and starts pushing towards that hill, knowing that player isn't going to be quick to this fight. He's trying to capitalize on the position of Sentinels, and he's doing a masterful job at it.
Great nades, though, take his OS off. He gets a couple kills. That'll be 3 down for the likes of Sentinels and Renegade, the demon inside the hill.
The spawn's happening at A for Sentinels. They're going to have to push through either the big door or sandbags for this next push. Oh,
see which they decide.
They sent 3 players over. They're going to take a long way route. This is almost giving up on this hill. They're trying to set up for the game-breaking hill, the last one. Honestly, a very risky maneuver for Sentinels.
Lethal's already prepared for it. They could be kind of double playing here because there is a player on sandbags. He's the one to take Renegade off the hill. It'll be a challenge. Booba versus Renegade. The repulse comes out. Renegade somehow stays alive. He's probably yelling for assistance right now, but Booba's going to be the last one up for Sentinels, and he will fall. They won't get control of C, and they won't get this hill either.
That's the risk of going for that play, of having that one last contest. Sentinels could have committed all their numbers to the next rotation. Instead, they get caught up, and, well, they did all that work to get to this side of the map just to give it right back to FaZe Clan.
The bad thing is that Renegade was in the hill with the repulse. He does use that repulsor, though, and now in a 1v1, there's a tornado in the building. Unfortunately, Boo-Boo's gonna get that kill. Renegade will fall, but it's tied up 3-3 now. Frosty had the sniper in hand, but he gets taken out quickly.
Who else but Falcade to get behind those enemy lines, get behind that sniper player, but it's just as quick of a response from FaZe. They do a brilliant job getting behind that flanker, getting the kills, putting Sentinels 3 down, and now have Overshield coming up, Shroud Screen into play. It's all FaZe.
Yeah, FaZe are in full control right now. It's going to take a miracle, especially with the fact that the one tool to take out the OS is also in the OS player's hands. It's Renegade with the Overshield and the Plasma Pistol, and that's another kill for him, 2 down for Sentinels.
It's desperation. It's the tournament on the line. Sentinels, they can't afford to slow down. It's a 2-for-1 combo. Renegade lights them up with the noob combo. Sentinels, they're grasping the straws. They're trying their best to get into this hill.
It's looking like you take out the brooms right now. Sentinels, that's it for them. They will place 4th at the Halo World Championships.
Celebration for FaZe. The 3-0 sweep against Sentinels. If a team can do it from the loser side, I'd have to say it's this FaZe roster.
They are here and primed and ready. A great win by FaZe. Congratulations again to Sentinels for hitting that 4th place. I'm sure they're not happy with it. But you went against a very hungry FaZe clan, a FaZe clan who was prepared for this tournament, who put the hours in, who, you know, just iced up in so many different ways. Gotta give a shout out to Falcade though on the other end of things. On the side of Sentinels, such a beautiful job by him all weekend long. Big plays, great KD. Overall, great performance by Falcade.
Double kill.
Heartbreaking finish for these boys over on Sentinels. They'll go without accomplishing their goal. Spartan, I didn't even realize he hit a 2-for-1 right there. Just didn't get the Quigley medal.
Now we're back to the monstrous 3. FaZe, SSG.
This is the 3 that everyone's predicted, you know? You look at the top 3 and the predictions. I gave my predictions before this tournament happened. I had FaZe, SSG, and Optic in that order. I don't know if that's still true. I mean, Optic looks really good. Same with Space Station Gaming. I think it's gonna be. I think for FaZe, this is the hardest road. You're gonna have to go through both of those teams once again to get to a championship,
and then win 2 best-of-7s.
Which is 7.
It's tough.